Cool. We're going over websites today. So we're going over your given subdomain. Everybody has a subdomain. I'll explain the differences in just a bit here too. And then I'll show you what an agent website, a full agent website looks like. And then you can decide what you want to do next. Hopefully you've had the time to watch our previous training going over smart plans. And the last training was over marketing tools. So hopefully you had some time to play around with the tools there. But today we're going to focus on websites. My name's Ariel, here for team trainings. You have a support team for your point of contact. As mentioned, I'll show you first your given subdomain, then your website. I'll show you a demo of each. We'll have time for Q&A. If you have questions, feel free to stop me or pop them in the chat, but we'll have time for Q&A at the end. And I'll record this and send it to team admins too, so you guys can have it and play it back if you need to. All right, so let's start by talking about what a subdomain is and what an agent website is, a full agent website. So a subdomain is an extension of your company site. It's usually your name, .companyname.com. And it's basically you can think of it as your company site is the parent, and then your agent subdomain is the child that lives underneath the parent, right? So everyone here, you guys all automatically have a subdomain extension. It's created by your team admin when you first get invited into Chime. It's essentially just like a carbon copy of your main website. It helps with brand consistency, still allows you to market your own site. But for some agents, the subdomain is totally fine. You're good with what you have. But some agents like to take a little bit more control and have a full agent website. So here with the full agent website, this is an add-on. It allows you to create your own domain. So rather than ariel.barrettrealestate.com, it would be whatever you want it to be, whatever domain you own. So ariel.com or whatever I want to create there. We'll start by looking at the subdomain, and then I'll switch gears and show you what extra details you're able to edit with the agent website. Hopefully that was a clear, explanation of between the differences there. Let me know if you have a question about that before we dive in. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so demo account screen here. There is a website tool you'll see up top. We'll start by subdomains. So I'm going to click into a subdomain here. It's just more limited for what you have access to edit and customize. So it just depends on how much control you want, right? So here, let's see, you're going to be able, there's a couple buttons here. Where's my Zoom box is in the way. You're able to see your full website by clicking this view site button here. And this is what a subdomain looks like. It's a copy of your main site. You're going to notice that you're not able to edit very much here except for your agent block and your reviews block. Everything else is pulling from your main company site. Oh, and a little side note, something to keep in mind, I think I might have mentioned this last time, but we are now introducing an app for your leads. So you're going to start seeing, it hasn't been rolled out to your team yet, but you're going to start seeing on the bottom of your websites and welcome emails, your leads are going to be able to scan this QR code and download an app where they're able to save listings and easily chat with you. It works the same way as the web version, but just something I wanted to let you guys know is coming soon for your accounts. But yep, subdomains here pulling from your company site. When your leads are coming to your sites, they're usually there searching for listings on your home. So we want to make sure that we give them the best experience and make sure the settings are in line first. So we're going to look at filters here up top. All right, so when a lead comes to your site, they're coming here, they're looking for listings on the market. They have the listings populate. You're able to determine which listings you want to show first. So you have all these MLS listings, but maybe you want your own personal listings to show first for these leads. So that's what listing filters are about. This shows the leads, or it displays the order of which those listings are going to show for your leads. So in group 1, this should be defaulted to have your agent ID here for your own listings to show first. Group 2 would show second, group 3 would show third, right? So group 1, we got your own listings here. Let's say you want the next group of listings to be your team brokerage listings. You can add a group here and add the criteria. I could find my office. Okay, someone's been playing with our test account here, but you get the point. You could add your brokerage name here, and then your brokerage listings would show next after your own. And then you can add one more group here. For subdomains, you're limited to 3 groups. With a full agent website, you're able to add as many groups as you want to. So you could get even more granular here. Maybe I want to add some criteria, and maybe I have rental listings and I have for sale listings, and I want to distinguish those and have my for sale listing show first. I could find purchase or property type. Is it property type? Oh, not that one. Sorry. One of these.
I think it's up towards the top. Yeah.
Here we go. Purchase type. Thank you. I haven't done this training in a while. I'm like poking through. Okay. Yep. So all my for sale listings will show first here. You could even like if you have a specific address that you're trying to get more eyes on, you could put that address to show first before the rest of the groups too. You can reorder these and delete the groups as you see fit. You'll just want to press save. And that will be good to go. So you have your all listings. You can do the same thing for sold listings and determine the order of how you want those to appear as well. So listings filters, it's just when a lead comes to your all listings here and starts their search, determines the order here. Okay, so that's the first thing you would want to check on. Then let's hop into your settings. All right, settings here, you're going to see your subdomain, which is your name.companyname.com. Now, if you wanted to create your own domain, that is where the full agent website comes into play, and you would have to click here to add on your full agent website. We'll come back to that, but your subdomain would be listed here in your subdomain. Team info under agents, you have your name here. And you can edit this info. The website is pulling from this section here for your contact details. So in photo, if you want to change the photo on your site, this is where you would do that at. You can adjust your contact details if needed. This should be already good to go because it's pulling from the CRM, but this is where you would adjust it if you need to. This is also where you would write your bio. If you have a bio on your site anywhere, it's pulling from here. Okay, and then if you have like social media accounts, you can connect them if you want. If you want to add more photos, you can certainly do that too. There's more fields here, but really the ones that you want to pay attention to are these contact details, your bio, and personal photos if you want to add more. So anything like the Meet Your Team, a lot of teams on their company site will have a Meet Your Team block, and it has all the agents listed. And this is where it's pulling the info from. So if you notice that on your team website, something's off, check your block here. All right, so that is your bio listings. This is where you'll see your MLS integration. Should already be good for you. If you ever needed to add another MLS, this is where you would do that at. Under lead capture, you guys have the AI assistant. So the AI assistant takes priority. So you'll notice that these are grayed out because the AI assistant's better than these options. The AI assistant's more engaging. So you'll just see this option here. You could choose to show the chat box or not, but I would leave that on. You can change the style of this chat box into a circle or square, or if you want to change the color of it too, you could here. The capture form, so when a lead registers with you, this capture form pops up and you can change the verbiage. So right now it says quick connection. Maybe I want to change that. The description here too, same thing, change the verbiage how you'd like. And full name versus first and last. A couple other options here. You can allow for third-party registration if you want to allow them to register through Facebook or Gmail. You can say yes or no here and just press save. Under lead source, so let's say you want to keep an eye on how many leads are coming from your actual subdomain. You could determine what you want these leads that register. You can determine how you want that source to show. So maybe I wanted to say, you know, Ariel's subdomain. I don't know. Whatever you want there. So now when leads register on your site, you can use the source filter here and find, you know, Ariel's website. And all your leads will pop up. So lead source there, you have block emails. This I don't see used very often, but if you need to block an email from your site, you can. If you're using Google Analytics for your ad monitoring or Facebook Pixel, you could integrate those connections here. You can connect them, get more data about your visitors and your campaigns. So this is more limited. You're going to see in a bit when we look at the agent website, you have a lot more settings that you can adjust. So we got our filters and our settings in place. We're going to hop into the editor so you can see what you can actually edit on your site. There's a couple ways to get to that. You can either hover over this and press edit website, or you can click on editor. Either way, it will take you to the editor tool. All right, so you'll have, if we hover over these, you'll notice that you can edit some areas and some you cannot. So this is all pulling from your company site, like the featured areas here. I cannot edit this. Reviews block, I can edit. Agent block, I can edit. I cannot edit this footer here. You'll see in a bit with an agent website, you can edit all of these. Now, as far as what you can edit here, your reviews block. If you have some reviews you want to add, this is where you do that. You could pull your reviews from Zillow, or you can create the reviews here and just type them in and add reviews here. A few more editing options for you. So reviews you can edit, and your agent block here. I'm going to press edit. And you could change like the color of the background. Ew, that's not cute. But you can edit that how you'd like, add more, change the style, you know, change the verbiage here, whatever is provided for your agent block. The hero block, this one you can edit too. It is pulling from the company site originally. So for this one, if you wanted to edit this photo, you would have to click this button up top and click to stop synchronizing. Turned off, okay. And then it allows you to edit this. So with this hero block up top, you can edit the image, or you can have it be like a slideshow. Or if you have a video, I've seen some cool videos of like drones going over the city. That was a really cool background I've seen. So you have some options there. some more editing options here. I won't go through each of these, but you'll be able to change the content. Maybe I don't like, some of the words here. I could edit that out. Subheadings. There's a search section. So currently it's on the button style where they could click either buy or sell, or I could have it be a tab plus search bar. So just changing up that bar there if they want to type it in. So up to you how you'd like for that. Style. Yep, so that is really it for what you can edit on your given subdomain. We're going to look at an agent website in just a second and see what else you can edit, but you'll notice that you're just editing this one page. You're not able to edit other additional pages. I'll explain that further in a second. Anybody have any questions so far?
No.
No. Okay. Let's look at what it looks like for an agent website. I'm going to click back into website here and find here. Okay, so with your full agent website pivoting, right? So this is when you have your own domain. This is the add-on. So it's $30 a month for a full agent website. And okay, let's see. What we're going to look at is filters first. Same thing here. You can create the groups. With a subdomain, you're limited to just 3 groups and how you can order these for your clients, but you can add more to this agent website. I don't think there's a limit when you upgrade. So first thing there, it's a difference. You'll also notice that there's this blog section now. With a full agent website, you're able to create blogs. You weren't able to do that with just your given subdomain. Blogs are definitely recommended to have, because at the end of the day, that helps drive more traffic to your site. The more content you put out there, the more traffic you're driving in and more leads that you have coming in. So blogs here, you'll just add the blog and it'll walk you through how to do it here. You can have it post now or schedule the blog out. There's more details in the Help Center if you want more details about blogs. I won't spend too much time on that now. Just wanted you to be aware that you could do that with this agent website. In the settings here, there's more settings you can edit. So this is where you would see your domain. The favicon here, this is an image up top. See this little image in your tab? You can change this to be a different logo if you wanted. Team info, you can now edit your block. Same thing like before. You can also add lenders and vendors to your full agent website, and they can have a block on your site or a page on your site if you wanted. Listings, so you have your school data provider if you want to use MLS School or Homeschool Junction for data. Same thing here. This is where you'd add your MLSs if you need additional MLS. You have the ability to show listing prices or hide them if you wanted for sold listings as well. Under your search bar, so let me actually go to the site here. So in the search bar here, it's when I click into it, it's giving some suggestions, some cities here, some zip code. You can determine what suggestions you want to pop up there using this location suggestion section. So a lot more editing that you can do here, a lot more control you have over your site. Featured areas, there's a block on the site where you can put in neighborhoods, and this is how you could upload those. Lead capture, so registration pop-up rule. When a lead comes to your site, you can have the pop-up come up immediately when they come to your site. We noticed that we had a higher conversion when the pop-up came up immediately. Or you can have it wait for 5 seconds of browsing time before that pop-up comes up. We noticed we had higher quality leads when we gave them a chance to scroll for a few seconds, for 5 seconds. Or under custom here, you could adjust this to be maybe instead of the 5 seconds, maybe you want to give them a full minute before that pop-up comes up. Excuse me, I need some water. You can determine what pages you want that pop-up to come up on. Maybe you want to leave it off for the full agent or for the full main website, excuse me, but maybe you want it to just pop up with the listing detail pages when they start really looking at listings. So you can decide that here. You could allow for that pop-up to be closed or not. I would say don't allow for it to be closed. You want these leads to register with you, but totally up to you. Or if you don't want it to pop up at all, you have an option there too. I would say most people probably use this custom so that they can adjust the seconds here. You could also have it pop up based on the number of listings they've used. So maybe you want it to wait till they looked at 3 listings and then it pops up. So a pop-up rule there, pop-up style. You could determine if you want it to be just a single column or 2 columns. With the 2 columns, it gives like a benefits or registration blurb here. Up to you. You can change the verbiage here, register for free if you want to change that. The color change. Lots more you can edit here. Oh, did I miss something? Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay, just first step and second step there. Under questionnaire settings, you can allow for a questionnaire to pop up after that client registers with you. You can have this questionnaire come up that says questions like this. Are you a first-time home buyer? How many months have you been pre-qualified? You know, these things like this to help you qualify that lead and get more details. So you can allow this to come up for buyer. You can change the questions for buyers or for sellers, kind of different questions for each lead type. You can allow them to close it. You can determine the question list right here. We do provide questions for you, but you can customize them here and add your own. And something to point out about this questionnaire here, we looked at smart plan training a couple of weeks ago, and there is a way to set up smart plans based off of their answers to these questions. So maybe you want a plan that triggers some verbiage for yes, they are a first-time home buyer, or maybe you want a plan that triggers based off their answer to no. So you can get like really granular with your smart plans involving these questionnaires.
Dance already. Smart plans, some of them,
Yeah.
depending on where you put them in.
Under chat box settings, same thing here. AI assistant takes priority, so the rest of these are grayed out. If you didn't have the AI assistant, you would have some other options here, but honestly, the AI assistant's better. We got lead source, same thing here, change lead source. What else here? And then the closely app, you can decide if you want this on or off for leads to be able to have that app download link. This will be defaulted on when it gets rolled out. You guys won't have this option quite yet. Tools here, there's some more options for you for integrations. Same thing here, Google Analytics. If you're running ad campaigns through Google or Pixel, you can connect your analytics account and keep track of your success of your campaigns. Custom style and script. If the website, so the website's really easy because there's a lot of blocks that you just drag and drop. But maybe there's something that you want on the website that the system can't currently do. You can have a coder come in and write some script here. This is above my knowledge, but if you have someone that knows what they're doing, you can have them add the script to your site. And then language and currency just provides different languages you can offer for your site. Okay, so that is settings. As you can see here, there's a lot more control you have over your site. There's a lot here to poke through. We're going to go into the editor so you can see how to actually edit the actual site now that you got your settings in line. So I can go to editor here, or I can click on this. All right, so now you're going to notice that you can edit every block of your site. Everything here has an edit button. Before, like this part on the subdomain, this is pulling from your team site, so you weren't able to edit this. Now you can. Everything here you can edit. In the footer, header, everything. Now, let's say you want to add something to your site here, maybe like a block for your mortgage calculator. There's a bunch of blocks here that you can poke through. So here's an agent block. This is like a meet the team block. You can add a blog block, get previews of the blog. What you do is just drag and drop it to your site. Really easy. You can have a preview of all of your blogs. Mortgage calculator, like I was mentioning, you can choose the style that you like and just drag and drop. Really simple. There's a lot of blocks. I won't go through all of them, but it's calendar, contact, content, form. Like this one, I've seen this one used for guide downloads. Like maybe you have a guide download and you could use this form block and put it onto your site and say something like, and I'll edit this block like right here. And I could say, get your free guide download or something. And then when that lead fills in their details here, you can have it tag the lead with whatever you want, maybe guide. And then you could set up a smart plan that triggers whenever you have a new lead that registers on this form. You could set up the smart plan that triggers with this guide tag, and it sends an email with that guide download. So that one's useful for form, but as mentioned, there's a bunch of different blocks you could use here. So drag and drop, edit the blocks with the edit button here. Change the styles if you want to. You can play around with all of this. Now, with a subdomain, you're only able to edit this particular page. But when you come to a website, there's all of these other pages here, right? There's the home page, then there's all listings, open houses, under buying. There's under selling, we have home valuation page. There's a lot more pages that are on your site. It's not just that home page, right? So with a full agent website, you're able to edit all of these other pages here. So let me show you what I mean by that. So there's this page button on the side. I'm going to minimize these just because it helps me visualize it better. So on your site, you see these buying, selling, blog, and about. We have buying, selling, blog, and about folders. If I expand this buying folder, I have the pages. So featured listings, open houses, all listings. That correlates here. If I were to hover over this, featured listings, open houses, all listings, right? So I'm able to edit additional pages. I wasn't able to do that with a given subdomain. A subdomain, you're only able to edit your home page here. So let's see, in under selling, I have home valuation, sell my home, sold listings, same thing here, right? Maybe I want to edit this home valuation page. Now I can do that with this agent website. I'm going to click into it. And same thing here, I have the home valuation block. I can edit the block how I'd like. There's so much you can do. I can't go through everything possibly in this training, but now you have the ability to edit any of your pages here. Let's say I don't want to show, I don't know, maybe I don't want to show Zillow reviews page. If I were to go under about here, there's the Zillow's reviews. I can hide this page here by dragging and dropping it under this hidden navigation. So Zillow reviews, I can drag under hidden navigation. There we go. And now, see, it's not there. It would be removed from here when I publish it. It'll be removed from there. So you can hide your pages. There's this hidden navigation section. This is where all your hidden pages are. Drag and drop them up. Let's say I wanted Zillow reviews back there. I could just drag it back up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there, but yeah, there we go. Yep, so a lot more you can edit with these pages. If you want to change the overall style of your website, there's different templates you can choose from. We have 6 different templates for you. So you just poke through and see which ones you like the best. Let me actually go back to my home page. I think it'll show us a better visual. Okay, then I can change the style, template. Okay, see how it changed it? The whole style here to be, has the search for properties on the side here versus like this template, it's up top. This is the fun part, you know. This one's new. This one's pretty sleek, I think. More modern. Whatever you like the best. You can poke through your templates, your themes. Maybe you want to change the colors of your buttons like this red button. I could change that to be, you know, blue instead. Your button hover over color, text color. There is so much here. I have no experience building a website before I started here, and part of onboarding was for me to create my own site. And so me not knowing what to do, I was kind of intimidated at first, and overwhelmed, but it's really easy. The system makes it really easy, just dragging and dropping the blocks and customizing the content. So don't feel intimidated, you got it. You just got to take a little bit of time to set everything up. Font colors you have here, or font styles, I mean. But yeah, so that is a full agent website. The most important thing to remember, whether you're editing a subdomain or an agent website, in order to make it go live, you'll just hit publish. Hit publish, that's it, it goes live. So make sure your editing is in place before you publish it. If you want to save this and come back to it later, you can. Press save. If you want to come back to it later, you'll select the site version from here. Or if you made a change and you want to go back to a previous version, you could do that this way. There's edit and undo buttons with your agent website. You have the ability to undo things, preview it before you publish it. You can do that. If you want to view your site, do that. As mentioned in our previous training, you can create QR codes for any page of your site. So maybe we're on the homepage right now. Maybe I want to create a QR code for this homepage and put it on my business cards. You could do that by using this button here and press QR code and generate that code. Download it. Okay, that was a really quick overview of everything. You can add additional folders. I forgot to mention that, and add additional pages here. A bunch of different pages you can poke through for templates. It's on the home, featured areas. Blank here if you want to start from scratch. And you can put them in a different folder. Maybe I want meet my team folder up top here. Oh, here it is. I just, oops. getting click happy. I can call this meet the team. And I could drag this up here. So then it would show meet the team up here, and I can have pages within that. So you get the point, but yeah, a lot more you can customize. So I guess for next steps, well, let me stop here. Do we have any questions right now? Anything we looked at?
There's gotta be questions. There's too much information for there not to be questions.
Yeah, that was a lot. Let's see, I'll check the chat. Anything in there? Like we're okay.
Good questions, Doug?
Nope, I'm good.
So let's say they're not well versed in like doing, or they even just don't want to mess with all this stuff. Without doing anything, is the website's already set up for them, so they would just need to go in there, define their URL, which would be like their name, dot whatever at barrettre.com, correct?
Yep. So when you do, I guess I should show you how that works. When you do upgrade, you can come to this marketplace and go to the agent website right here, and it'll walk you through next steps. You're going to want to get your domain set up either.
But that's if they wanted the pro agent website or whatever, correct?
Right.
I'm saying for just the normal, like the standard one that they get, the subdomain, like how would they find that information so that they can start putting that like on their business cards or their social media?
Sure. If you just have the subdomain, it's already there for you. So you just go to your website tool and you can see your subdomain here. If you want your actual subdomain site, it is listed in right here if you need like the actual domain name.
So as of right now, like everybody has a website set up that they could then send, if they have that URL, they can send their clients to, and their clients can start registering and searching properties and stuff like that, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody here should already have a subdomain created. When your team adds you or adds a new agent, then they set up the subdomain for you guys. So double check, but it should already, everybody here should already.
They should. I'm honestly just asking the question so that everybody knows.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So then, but the site is just already set up. It's going to have their information on it. So they don't need to really, if they didn't want to, they don't have to technically go in there and change anything, right?
And not at all. You can check out your site. If it looks good to you, go ahead and keep it that way. But at least you know now what you do have access to edit if you wanted to.
Okay. And then I know Ben is wanting to add his subdomain, or he has like an actual domain. He would just go in there. How would he add that?
Yep. So you'll go to, well, there's a couple ways to do it. If you can go do it this way through, where is it? Settings, and press configure your own domain, and it'll give you next steps. Or you can go through the marketplace here and click on the IDX and get that going. It'll walk you through what to do for next steps.
Okay. And then another question with the subdomain, can does it just come with those standard pages, or can they add more pages if they wanted to?
A subdomain is just their home page. You don't have access to edit any other pages because it's pulling from the company site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then they'll be able to still, unless they wanted like extra pages to put on there or whatever, they would still have the full capabilities of the clients being able to use it and search for properties, and it'll go into their Chime and everything. And they'll be able to see what their clients are looking at and whatnot, correct?
Yep, exactly. Just like how you're using it now, a lot of people don't even realize that they can edit some of that. But yeah, it works the same way as far as the searches. It's just pulling all the content from the company site.
Okay.
Good questions. Let's see, what else? Any other questions?
No. I think someone else.
I was just going to ask if you have multiple landing pages, or if it's just the one.
Landing pages are something different that you can do in the campaigns tab here.
Okay.
Landing pages are single pages that you can create, and you are more limited with a subdomain. You're not able to build your own landing page from scratch. If
Right.
you have a full agent website, you're able to actually customize these even further. So there are a little bit of limitations with landing pages here, but you guys, even if you have a subdomain, you can create some landing pages. Yep.
How many can they create? Is there a limit or?
I don't think there's a limit. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could make a bunch of landing pages for like, if they want specific stuff, or like, you know, a landing page for like the buyer guide or whatever, and they could like post about that on like Facebook, whatever, or home evaluation. They could just make those specific pages if they
Mhm.
wanted to.
Yep,
Okay.
totally. Yep. Go to your landing pages. If you have your subdomain pulled up, go to your landing pages, press add a new landing page, and you can see the different forms here, or templates, I should say. Featured listing, if you just had like a single listing you wanted to create a page for, or multiple listings, there's a few templates here you can poke through. Or if you're hosting an event, you want a lead registration form, so that you're able to actually track which leads came from that event. That's how you
Yeah.
do that. Mhm.
I forgot, can you make QR codes for those landing pages also?
Yep, absolutely. So you could do it with, let's say, I'll go to one that I have pulled up. Let's see. So like this one's been already created. I'll just press edit here. And up top, anytime you see this little arrow thing, you can generate a QR code that way. So
Cool.
yep, so if you're hosting an event, want to put that on there again. But and then you can also do it through the actual website editor tool. I think I showed you that too. Editor, there's a couple ways to do it. So landing pages, got that one option, or oh, I got too many tabs open.
Mhm.
But up here too, you could do that. Like if you wanted to do it for the main page of your website, this is where you would do that.
Okay.
Great,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
Yeah, anything else? Jeez Louise, I got a million things open. I'll send over, there's a video that shows you how to quickly edit or quickly create your own site.
Okay.
I'll send that over in just a bit. It's going to be on this deck here. For next steps, determine if you are okay with your subdomain. Maybe you're okay with it and you don't want to edit it further. Everybody's really different with that. And then probably the other half of you guys want to have your own website. So there's some guides for you that you can poke through for next steps. You can
And
watch.
the one thing I will say too, I know some people are like, they don't care about the tech side of it. And like, obviously we tell you guys, like, especially like, determine whatever works for your business. If you want to have something like that, cool, do it. If not, then it doesn't really matter, and just do what you're doing. I would just say for like my business, the way I run my stuff is I want my stuff branded to me specifically. So that's why I went, and I already had a domain anyway. So like, obviously not that we want you to change brokerages or anything, or, you know, we want you to, but like, I don't have to, you know, if you just have a subdomain, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's just like, it's not branded to you. Like, just, let's just say you change brokerages or just anything in general. It's now you have to get a new one. You know what I mean? So I like having the actual domain that's individual to me, because I never have to change that. It's always going to be evohoward.com. So no matter which I work with, you know, what product I'm using to like create the website, it's always going to be evohoward.com. I'll never have to change that in my marketing. I'll never have to do, you know, send out new emails saying, here's the new website link or whatever. Like, it's always going to be the same thing. So that is a benefit to having the pro agent website. The difference is too, as far as I remember, I think it's $30 a month or something for the pro agent website.
Yep.
You could do a lot more customization. You know, you, Ariel, stop me, tell me if I'm wrong about the price. I don't remember.
No, you're right.
It's a cool thing to have if you want the extra features. You know, if you want to have like, I want like a very specific custom tailored website to me specifically, then cool. If you don't, or you don't want to spend the time doing all that stuff, then I would say don't worry about it. You know, use your subdomain and you know, you'll be fine. I just like it because I can do a lot more with it. And then there was another point that I was going to say, but I forgot.
Yeah, no, you're totally right, Evo.
I just think it's beneficial on that point. Obviously, like, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but it's something you might want to consider, and especially if you want, if you're creating a specific brand for just yourself, which obviously we do encourage that everybody, kind of, we don't necessarily want to, like, you don't have to, promote the Barrett real estate like flag and be like Barrett real estate all day long. If you want to promote yourself, like, promote yourself, do your own thing. But I know that was the point that I was thinking of. It took a second to get there.
Yeah.
I know that other website builders that I've used, generally it's a little bit more, not only do you pay for like your domain and stuff like that, but not only there's normally a fee to pay for the website itself, but then also to the IDX that is built in to the Chime website with having the ability to search the MLS and everything. Most other website companies make you pay for that separately, and it's pretty expensive. So that's the one thing that I was like, okay, $30 a month, or I pay another company, Wix or GoDaddy or whatever. I pay them $20, $30 a month to have just the website in general. And then I got to pay another fee on top of that to have the IDX integrated into the website. It made more sense because I was like, this is just cheaper to do the Chime one. So, I mean, obviously, if that's something you want, look at that stuff, you can consider it. But I mean, I think the Chime one's honestly a really good option if you want that custom branded to you kind of thing, because it's pretty easy, it's pretty cheap, it's already integrated with the CRM you're already using. You don't have to do much. But that's just my take on the Pro Agent website.
Thank you, Evo. Yeah, you made some really good points there. Yeah, and being able to take your brand with you wherever you are, for the long term, it does make sense to have your own domain. So yeah, good points there. Thanks for your input there.
But obviously just stay with Barrett Real Estate forever.
Yes,
You'll never have to worry about it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, and just like you said too, if you don't want to worry about all that, you're totally okay with how it's already functioning. Like, it's already set. This is just so that you can take more control if you decide to. Yep.
Yeah. And then the one thing I would say too for everybody, I don't know if everybody has their Popple kind of flushed out so far. You can when you go on there in the website, it's like your name first name dot last name at Barrett RE. If you take that link, that's your website link. So if you take that and you put it in your Popple, you can put that on there, and then people can go directly to your website from your Popple and search properties there. So I would definitely recommend, make sure you guys go in there, whether you have a pro one or whatever, go in there and add that link so people can start searching on your website. Because then you could just give out your Popple, and then you could just tell them that has links to everything. If you want to go search search properties on there, it's got full access to the MLS, so you can see more than any other whatever pitch.
What was that? Popple?
Yeah, Popple's a digital business card that we use.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a link tree, if you know what a link tree is.
Okay, yep.
You can just do a little bit more with it, and it's more customizable. But yeah, I would definitely add it to that. Like, so when people go on my Popple directly, like the first link on there is my website, and I just send it to my clients and say, hey, go on my website, and then it'll make them register. It'll automatically put them into my system, or if I've already put their information in there, they won't have to register or whatever, but it'll automatically populate their information. Then I can see everything they're doing on the website. I can see what properties they're looking at, which ones they're saving, if they've looked at one more than once, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with Popple. That's okay. I'm looking it up right now. Awesome. Let's see. Any other thoughts or input or feedback from anybody?
I'm good.
Good. All right. For next steps, I'll send this deck over to Evo to send to you guys. You can click on these. There's a link for building a website in under 20 minutes if you want. Lead generation, if you ever need more leads, talk to our digital marketing team. We looked at some of these marketing tools you have access to in our last training.
Add it there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some more resources for you. Let's see. And if you're having tech issues, reach out to support. They can help. That's all I got. We have one more actually, we have two more trainings. We have transactions and reporting next week. So I'm going to show you how to add transactions in Chime and how to keep an eye on your reporting. There's lots of good data in here that will help you make tweaks to your approach. I'll show you all next week. There's lots of data that you have access to, and I'll just show you how to read all that. And then there's going to be a final training going over the mobile app. So 2 more to go in our series for now. But thanks so much, guys. I will see you all next week. Hope you have a good day.